Amos. Chapter 1. 1. The words of Amos, who was among the herdmen at Tekoa, which he saw upon Israel, in the days of Uzziah king of Judah, and in the days of Jeroboam the son of Joash king of Israel, 2 years before the earthquake. 2. And he said, The Lord shall roar from Zion, and veter his voice from Jerusalem, and the dwelling places of the shepherds shall perish, and the top of Carmel shall wither. 3. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Damascus, and for 4 I will not turn to it, because they ha threshed Gilead with threshing instruments of iron. For therefore will I send a fire into the house of Hazael, and it shall devour the palaces of Benhadad. 5. I will break also the bars of Damascus, and cut off the inhabitant of Bykethoan, and him that holdeth the scepter out of Beth-eden, and the people of Aram shall go into captivity to Kir, saith the Lord. 6. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Asa, and for 4, I will not turn to it, because they carried away prisoners the whole captivity to shut them vp in Edom. 7. Therefore will I send a fire upon the walls of Asa, and it shall devour the palaces thereof. 8. And I will cut off the inhabitant from Ashdod, and him that holdeth the scepter from Ashkelon, and turn mine hand to Ekron, and the remnant of the Philistines shall perish, saith the Lord God. 9. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Tyrus, and for 4, I will not turn to it, because they shut the whole captivity in Edom, and ha not remembered the brotherly covenant. 10. Therefore will I send a fire upon you walls of Tyrus, and it shall devour the palaces thereof. 11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn to it, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger spoiled him evermore, and his wrath watched him alway. 12. Therefore will I send a fire upon Taman, and it shall devour the palaces of Bozrah. 13. Thus saith ye Lord, for 3 transgressions of the children of Ammon, and for 4, I will not turn to it, because they ha ripped vp the women with child of Gilead, that they might enlarge their border. 14. Therefore will I kindle a fire in the wall of Rabbah, and it shall devour the palaces thereof, with shouting in the day of Batal, and with a tempest in the day of the whirlwind. 15. And their king shall go into captivity, he and his princes together, saith the Lord. Chapter 2. 1. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Moab, and for 4, I will not turn to it, because it burnt the bones of the king of Edom into lime. 2. Therefore will I send a fire upon Moab, and it shall devour the palaces of Kerioth, and Moab shall die with tumult, with shouting, and with the sound of a trumpet. 3. And I will cut off the edge out of the midst thereof, and will slay all the princes thereof with him, saith the Lord. For thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Judah, and for 4, I will not turn to it, because they ha cast away the law of the Lord, and ha not kept his commandments, and their lies caused them to err after the which their fathers ha walked. 5. Therefore will I send a fire upon Judah, and it shall devour the palaces of Jerusalem. 6. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Israel, and for 4, I will not turn to it, because they sold the righteous for silver and the poor for shoes. 7. They gave Oer the head of the poor, in the dust of the earth, and peruert the ways of the meek, and a man and his father will go in to a maid to dishonor mine holy name. 8. And they lie down upon clothes laid to pledge by Uri altar, and they drink the wine of the condemned in the house of their God. 9. Yet destroyed I the Amorite before whose height was like the height of the cedars, and he was strong as the oaks, notwithstanding I destroyed his fruit from above, and his root from beneath. 10. Also I brought you vp from the land of Egypt, and led you 40 years through the wilderness, to possess the land of the Amorite. 11. And I raised vp of your sons for prophets, and of your young men for Nazarites. Is it not you and thus, O ye children of Israel, saith the Lord? 12. But ye gave the Nazarites wine to drink, and commanded the prophets, saying, Prophesy not. 13. Behold, I am pressed bender you as a cart is pressed that is full of shows. 14. Therefore the flight shall perish from the swift, and the strong shall not strengthen his force, neither shall the mighty saw his life. 15. Nor he that handleth the bow, shall stand, and he that is swift of foot, shall not escape, neither shall he that rideth the horse, saw his life. 16. And he that is of a mighty courage among the strong men, shall flee away naked in that day, saith the Lord. Chapter 3. 1. Hear this word that the Lord pronounceth against you, O children of Israel, you and against the whole family which I brought vp from the land of Egypt, saying, To you only ha I know and of all the families of the earth, therefore I will visit you for all your iniquities. 3 Can two walk together except they be agreed? For will a lion roar in ye forest, when he hath no prey? Or will a lion's whelp cry out of his den, if he ha taken nothing? 5 Can a bird fall in a snare upon the earth, where no fowler is? Or will he take the snare from the earth, and ha taken nothing at all? 6 Or shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people be not afraid? Or shall there be Yule in a city, and the Lord hath not done it? 7 Surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret to his servants the prophets. 8 The lion hath roared, who will not be afraid? The Lord God hath spoken, who can but prophesy? 9 Proclaim in the palaces at Ashdod, and in the palaces in the land of Egypt, and say, Assemble yourselves upon the mountains of Samaria. So behold the great tumults in the midst thereof, and the oppressed in the midst thereof. 10 For they know not to do right, saith the Lord, they store violence, and robbery in their palaces. 11 Therefore thus saith the Lord God, an adversary shall come you and round about the country, and shall bring down thy strength from thee, and thy palaces shall be spoiled. 12 Thus saith the Lord, as the shepherd taketh out of the mouth of the lion 2 legs, or a piece of an ear, so shall the children of Israel be taken out that dwell in Samaria in the corner of a bed, and in Damascus, as in Acush. 13 Hear, and testify in the house of Iacob, saith the Lord God, the God of hosts. 14 Surely in the day that I shall visit the transgressions of Israel upon him, I will also visit the altars of Bethel, and the horns of the altar shall be broken off, and fall to the ground. 15 And I will smite the winter house with the summer house, and the houses of Uri shall perish, and the great houses shall be consumed, saith the Lord. Chapter 4 1 Hear this word, ye kind of Bashan that are in the mountain of Samaria, which oppress the poor, and destroy the needy, and they say to their masters, Bring, and let us drink. 2 The Lord God hath sworn by his holens, that lo, the days shall come upon you, that he will take you away with thorns, and your posterity with fish hooks. 3 And ye shall go out at the breaches Uri cow forward, and ye shall cast your selus out of the palace, saith the Lord. 4 Come to Bethel, and transgress, to Gilgal, and multiply transgression, and bring your sacrifices in the morning, and your tithes after 3 years. 5 And offer a thanksgiving of loan, publish and proclaim the free offerings, for this liketh you, O ye children of Israel, saith the Lord God. 6 And therefore ha I join you cleans of teeth in all your cities, and scarceness of bread in all your places, yet ha ye not returned to me, saith the Lord. 7 And also I ha withholden the rain from you, when there were yet 3 months to the harvest, and I caused it to rain upon one city, and ha not caused it to rain upon another city, one piece was rained upon, and the piece whereupon it rained not, withered. 8 So 2 or 3 cities wandered to one city to drink water, but they were not satisfied, yet ha ye not returned to me, saith the Lord. 9 I ha smitten you with blasting, and mildew, your great gardens and your vineyards, and your fig trees, and your olive trees did the palmer worm devour, yet ha ye not returned to me, saith the Lord. 10 Pestilence ha I sent among you, after the manner of Egypt, your young men ha I slain with the sword, and ha taken away your horses, and I ha made the stink of your tents to come you and into your nostrils, yet ha ye not returned to me, saith the Lord. 11 I ha overthrow you, as God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, and ye were as a firebrand plucked out of the burning. Yet ha ye not returned to me, saith the Lord. 12 Therefore, thus will I do to thee, O Israel, and because I will do this to thee, prepare to meet thy God, O Israel. 13 For lo, he that formeth the mountains, and createth the wind, and declareth to man what is his thought, which mocketh the morning darkness, and walketh upon the high places of the earth, the Lord God of hosts is his name. Chapter 5 1 Hear ye this word, which I lift upon you, you in a lamentation of the house of Israel. 2 The virgin Israel is fallen, and shall no more rise, she is left upon her land, and there is none to raise her. 3 For thus saith ye Lord God, the city which went out by 1,000, shall lo 100th, and that which went forth by 100th, shall lo 10 to the house of Israel. For thus saith the Lord to the house of Israel, Seek ye me, and ye shall live. 5 But seek not Bethel, nor enter into Gilgal, and go not to Beersheba, for Gilgal shall go into captivity, and Bethel shall come to naught. 6 Seek the Lord, and ye shall Leoah, lest he break out like fire in the house of Iasaph and devour it, and there be none to quench it in Bethel. 7 They turn Iajment to wormwood, and low off radiance in the earth. 8 He mocketh Pleiades, and Orion, and he turneth the shadow of death into the morning, and he mocketh the day dark as night, he calleth the waters of the sea, and powereth them out upon the open earth, the Lord is his name. 9 He strengtheneth the destroyer against the mighty, and the destroyer shall come against the fortress. 10 They hated him, that rebuked in the gate, and they abhorred him that speaketh brightly. 11 Forasmuch then as your treading is upon the poor, and ye take from him burdens of wheat, ye ha built houses of hoe and stone, but ye shall not dwell in them, ye ha planted pleasant vineyards, but ye shall not drink wine of them. 12 For I know your manifold transgressions, and your mighty sins, they afflict the highest, they take rewards, and they oppress the poor in ye gate. 13 Therefore the prudent shall keep silence in that time, for it is an ill time. 14 Seek good and not evil, that ye may Leoah, and the Lord God of hosts shall be with you, as you ha spoken. 15 Hate the evil, and lo the good, and establish Iajment in the gate, it may be that the Lord God of hosts will be merciful to the remnant of Iasaph. 16 Therefore the Lord God of hosts, the Lord saith thus, mourning shall be in all streets, and they shall say in all the highways, Alas, alas, and they shall call the husbandman to lamentation, and such as can mourn, to mourning. 17 And in all the vines shall be lamentation, for I will pass through thee, saith the Lord. 18 Woe to you, that desire the day of the Lord, what ha you to do with it? The day of the Lord is darkens and not light. 19 As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house, and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. 20 Shall not the day of the Lord be darkens, and not light? You and darkens and no light in it? 21 I hate and abhor your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. 22 Though ye offer me burnt offerings and meat offerings, I will not accept them, neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. 23 Take thou away from me the multitude of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy viols. 24 And let Iajment run down as waters, and righteousness as a mighty river. 25 Ha ye offered unto me sacrifices and offerings in the wilderness 40 years, O house of Israel? 26 But you ha borne sicketh your king, and chine your images, and the star of your gods, which ye made to your selus. 27 Therefore will I cause you to go into captivity beyond Damascus, saith the Lord, whose name is the God of hosts. Chapter 6 1 Woe to them that are at ease in Zion and trust in the mountain of Samaria, which were famous at the beginning of the nations, and the house of Israel came to them. 2 Go you to Calneh, and see, and from thence go you to Hamath the Great, then go down to Gath of the Philistines, be they better than these kingdoms? Or the border of their land greater than your border, 3 Ye that put foray away the ill day, and approach to the seat of iniquity? For they lie upon beds of Uri, and stretch themselves upon their beds, and eat the lambs of the flock, and the calves out of the stall. 5 They sing to the sound of the viol, they innuent to themselves instruments of music like Dodd. 6 They drink wine in bowls, and anoint themselves with the chief ointments, but no man is sorry for the affliction of Iasaph. 7 Therefore now shall they go capture with the first that go capture, and the sorrow of them that stretched themselves is at hand. 8 The Lord God hath sworn by himself, saith the Lord God of hosts, I abhor the excellency of Iacob, and hate his palaces, therefore will I deluge the city with all that is therein. 9 And if there remain 10 men in one house, they shall die. 10 And his vanquil shall take him and burn him to carry out the bones out of the house, and shall say to him, that is by ye sides of the house, Is there yet any with thee? And he shall say, None. Then shall he say, Hold thy tongue, for we may not remember the name of the Lord. 11 For behold, the Lord commandeth, and he will smite the great house with breaches, and the little house with clefts. 12 Shall horses run upon the rock? Or will one plow there with oxen? For ye ha turned Iajment into gall, and the fruit of righteousness into wormwood. 13 Ye rejoice in a thing of naught, ye say, Ha not we gotten versus horns by our own strength. 14 But behold, I will raise against you a nation, O house of Israel, saith the Lord God of hosts. And they shall afflict you, from the entreing in of Hamath to the Reur of the wilderness. Chapter 7. 1 Thus hath the Lord God shewed to me, and behold, he formed grasshoppers in the beginning of ye shooting vp of the latter growth, and lo, it was in the latter growth after the king's mowing. 2 And when they had made an end of eating the grass of the land, then I said, O Lord God, spare, I beseech thee, who shall raise vp Iacob? For he is small. 3 So the Lord repented for this. It shall not be, saith the Lord. For thus also hath the Lord God shewed to me, and behold, the Lord God called to Iachman by fire, and did devour the great deep, and did eat vp apart. 5 Then said I, O Lord God, cease, I beseech thee, who shall raise vp Iacob? For he is small. 6 So the Lord repented for this. This also shall not be, saith the Lord God. 7 Thus again he shewed me, and behold, the Lord stood upon a wall made by line with a line in his hand. 8 And the Lord said to me, Amos, what sayest thou? And I said, A line. Then said the Lord, Behold, I will set a line in the midst of my people Israel, and will pass by them no more. 9 And the high places of Azak shall be desolate, and the temples of Israel shall be destroyed, and I will rise against the house of Jeroboam with the sword. 10 Then Amaziah the priest of Bethel sent to Jeroboam king of Israel, saying, Amos hath conspired against thee in the midst of the house of Israel, the land is not able to bear all his wards. 11 For thus Amos saith, Jeroboam shall die by the sword, and Israel shall be led away captive out of their own land. 12 Also Amaziah said to Amos, O thou the seer, go, flee thou away into the land of Judah, and there eat thy bread and prophesy there. 13 But prophesy no more at Bethel, for it is the king's chapel, and it is the king's court. 14 Then answered Amos, and said to Amaziah, I was no prophet, neither was I a prophet's son, but I was an herdman, and a gatherer of wild figures. 15 And the Lord took me as I followed the flock, and the Lord said to me, Go, prophesy to my people Israel. 16 Now therefore hear thou the word of the Lord. Thou sayest, Prophesy not against Israel, and speak nothing against the house of Azak. 17 Therefore thus saith the Lord, Thy wife shall be an harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and thy land shall be dewated by line, and thou shalt die in a polluted land, and Israel shall surely go into captivity forth of his land. Chapter 8. 1 Thus hath the Lord God shewed to me, and behold, a basket of summer fruit. 2 And he said, Amos, what sayest thou? And I said, A basket of summer fruit. Then said the Lord to me, The end is come upon my people of Israel, I will pass by them no more. 3 And the songs of the temple shall be howlings in that day, saith the Lord God, many dead bodies shall be in Uri place, they shall cast them forth with silence. For hear this, O ye that swallow vp the poor, that ye may make the nadai of the land to fail. 5 Saying, When will the new month be gone, that we may sell corn? And the Sabbath, that we may set forth wheat, and make the ephah small, and the shekel great, and falsify the weights by deceit? 6 That we may buy the poor for silver, and the nadai for shoes, yea, and sell the refuse of the wheat. 7 The Lord hath sworn by the excellency of Iacob, surely I will ne'er forget any of their works. 8 Shall not the land tremble for this, and Uri one mourn, that dwelleth therein? And it shall rise vp Huli as a flood, and it shall be cast out, and drowned as by the flood of Egypt. 9 And in that day, saith the Lord God, I will cause the sun to go down at noon, and I will darken the earth in the clear day. 10 And I will turn your feasts into mourning, and all your songs into lamentation, and I will bring sackcloth upon all loins, and baldness upon Uri head, and I will make it as the mourning of an only son, and the endy thereof as a bitter day. 11 Behold, the days come, saith the Lord God, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the word of the Lord. 12 And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north and to the east shall they run to and from to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. 13 In that day shall the fair virgins and the young men perish for thirst. 14 They that swear by the sin of Samaria, and that say, Thy God, O Dan, lueth, and the manner of Beersheba lueth, you and they shall fall, and ne'er rise vp again. Chapter 9. One I saw the Lord standing upon the altar, and he said, Smite the lintel of the door, that the posts may shake, and cut them in pieces, you and the heads of them all, and I will slay the last of them with the sword. He that fleeth of them shall not flee away, and he that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. 2 Though they dig into the hell, thence shall mine hand take them, though they climb VP to Hoen, thence will I bring them down. 3 And though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. 4 And though they go into captivity before their enemies, thence will I command the sword, and it shall slay them, and I will set mine eyes upon them for ill, and not for good. 5 And the Lord God of hosts shall touch the land, and it shall melt away, and all that dwell therein shall mourn, and it shall rise VP Huli like a flood, and shall be drowned as by the flood of Egypt. 6 He buildeth his spheres in the Hoen, and hath laid the foundation of his globe of elements in the earth. He calleth the waters of the sea, and powereth them out upon the open earth. The Lord is his name. 7 Are ye not as the Ethiopians to me, O children of Israel, saith the Lord? Ha not I brought VP Israel out of the land of Egypt? And the Philistines from Caphtor, and Aram from Kir? 8 Behold, the eyes of the Lord God are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it clean out of the earth. Nevertheless I will not utterly destroy the house of Iacob, saith the Lord. 9 For lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least stone fall upon the earth. 10 But all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, The Yule shall not come, nor hasten. For verses 11 In that day will I raise VP the tabernacle of Daud, that is fallen down, and close VP the breaches thereof, and I will raise VP his ruins, and I will build it, as in the days of old. 12 That they may possess the remnant of Edom, and of all the heathen, because my name is called upon them, saith the Lord, that doeth this. 13 Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that the plowman shall touch the mower, and the treader of grapes him that soweth seed, and the mountains shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt. 14 And I will bring again the captivity of my people of Israel, and they shall build the waste cities, and inhabit the, and they shall plant vineyards, and drink the wine thereof. They shall also make gardens, and eat the fruits of them. 15 And I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled VP again out of their land, which I ha jouen them, saith the Lord thy God.